Welcome to Trade Tech. With me is Mark Lamb. Mark, perhaps you could tell me a bit about your role in your business and a bit more about the organization in general.
Yep, so I'm the founder and CEO of Coinfloor, and Coinfloor is a Bitcoin exchange, so we facilitate trading of Bitcoins.
What would you say the advantages are of trading Bitcoin?
So trading Bitcoin it's just like any other asset class. The difference is that Bitcoin is a new currency, it's an innovation in payments, and it can facilitate a number of things which aren't possible in the current financial ecosystem.
What are those things that you can do with Bitcoins that you can't do with?
So there's a number of things. Smart contracts, so mathematically enforceable contracts, as well as extremely inexpensive remittances from developed nations to underdeveloped nations. And I mean, I could go on, but there's a number of innovations in payments and financial infrastructure.
Okay. How are governments approaching Bitcoin trading and Bitcoins in general?
Most governments have essentially said, we don't want to touch this for now. We're not going to regulate Bitcoin companies and Bitcoin activity. We're going to keep our hands off and see what happens. Many Bitcoin companies have looked at getting regulated and have been very careful. We've been very careful about following all regulatory guidelines. And so if the FCA in the UK did decide to regulate us, we would have no problems with that. But most governments have had a very hands-off approach for now.
Which markets would you say Bitcoins are thriving in at this time?
Bitcoin is really thriving with investors, with payments for all sorts of e-commerce, as well as remittances and other types of financial markets.
Okay. For traders who might be a bit wary of Bitcoins following the collapse of Mt. Gox, what would you say to reassure them?
I would say the Bitcoin industry is getting a bit of an upgrade right now. Security is a really big concern. Coinfloor uses multi-signature escrow addresses for all client funds. And I believe that escrow and multi-signature are going to become standard throughout the Bitcoin industry, but really what traders have to do is they have to know their exchange. They have to know who they're dealing with. It's just like trading any other asset where you have a clearinghouse or a counterparty that you think might be insolvent or might be somewhat risky to trade with. You have to know who you're dealing with, and you have to deal with trusted partners who have safeguards and protections in place.
And these security measures, would they stop such instances like what happened with Mt. Gox happening?
Yeah, what happened with Mt. Gox couldn't happen with us because we're doing this type of escrow system, and we're also doing certain things to prove our solvency. It's just simply impossible for one person within the organization to control the funds. We have multiple signatures required for every withdrawal, and that basically prohibits something like Mt. Gox, where the founder, we don't know what happened, but he was responsible for those funds, and they're either gone or misplaced or whatever the story is. But with us, that's simply impossible since multiple signatures sign off on every transaction.
Can you tell me a bit about your upcoming OTC market launch?
Yeah, so Coinfloor is launching an OTC market. We believe that Bitcoin faces two primary problems: security, which is what I've been talking about, and also liquidity. So there's around 100,000 coins traded per day on open markets, and probably that or maybe even double that or more traded on off-books exchanges. But it's all done with relationships, and there's no trusted party for an OTC market to exist on. We have two markets. We have our central limit order book, and soon we're going to be launching our OTC market. Now, what we're trying to do is basically allow for Bitcoin to become more stable by proprietary traders and large financial institutions and traders looking to trade large volumes to trade on an OTC book or an OTC RFQ system and settle trades through Coinfloor.
Excellent. Mark, thanks so much for your time and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.